Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just got off work, but I told y'all that we were going to talk about this scandal that broke a couple of days ago, Operation Varsity Blues. Now, they say it was like 50 people involved, but the two that are getting the most attention is Lynette and Aunt Becky. Lynette, listen. Only the old hoes who used to watch Desperate Housewives. No, bitch, not Real Housewives of Atlanta, not Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Before all them hoes, it was Desperate Housewives, okay? But the old hoes know who I'm talking about. Lynette was a character. Anyways, I'm not going to go through all of that. So I'm on Instagram the other day, basically, and I see, a headline about Felicity Huffman and Lori. I'm gonna call her Aunt Becky because I don't know how to pronounce that bitch name. So Felicity Huffman and Aunt Becky, and I see the headline about them scamming, scheming, and frauding. Okay, and so I looked and I was like, oh, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal because I thought that's what these rich hoes did anyways. Not all y'all. Shout out to the rich hoes, the rich niggas, the bitches who doing good. Shout out to the bitches who doing good that watch my channel. But I thought that some of y'all, not all of y'all, I thought some of y'all scammed y'all kids into college anyways. So when I saw the headline, I was like, oh, okay. And I just kept on going because I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Usually when I see topics like on Instagram that I think are interesting or things that I think that you may want me to talk about, I save them. I have a folder called Hot Topics and I save all those things in my Hot Topics folder. I didn't think that was as big of a deal because I honestly thought that most people were going to be like, oh girl, that's what them hoes do anyways. But girl, the shit blew up. And I was like, well shit, let me put my 2 fucking cents in. So anyways, Aunt Becky, she used to play on Full House. I said a bitch about to be in a big house, okay? Felicity Huffman, I think she's known mostly. Well, I'm not going to say known mostly. I was first introduced to Felicity Huffman from Desperate Housewives. It's a TV show that used to come on back in the day. Was good as fuck. I watched it for a few seasons and I kind of like checked out. But it was good as fuck. They've pretty much been made the faces of this scheme. I think it's fucked up because I think that they should show everyone. But unfortunately, like I always say, there's always going to have to be a face of something, And I feel like with this, because they are the celebrities, because people know who Aunt Becky is. People know who Lynette is. They'll just say, boom, here are the 2 bitches who had something to do with this, when really and truly it's like 33 parents total. Baby, they say that they were paying people anywhere between $200,000. I'm going to put the link that the man at the press conference said. This is where I got my information from. And I also got it from some articles too, but I listened to the press conference. This motherfucker got at that to the podium and said that these people were paying anywhere between $200,000 to $6.5 million for they dumbass kids to get into college. Now, I know some of y'all about to get mad at me because I just got into a full debate with one of my coworkers at work, and I had a change of heart on some things, and we'll talk about that later. So, they paying all this money for their kids to get into school. These hoes photoshopping. I'm talking about they pretty much are stamping their kids' faces to other people who play certain sports. I'm talking about these hoes was past the Kardashian Photoshop. Do you hear me? These hoes is on some real shit. I said, girl, you know your son or daughter can barely probably walk. And you done made these hoes, oh, they one of the best crew members. Oh, they can hurdle. Bitch, can they? You ain't never seen your daughter jump. You ain't never seen your son jump nowhere. You ain't never seen your son run around the block. Now all of a sudden this motherfucker Tyson gay. Girl. Anyways, you know what's so crazy? Felicity Huffman was on RuPaul's Drag Race. That bitch, baby, let me say something. I'm all 100% for plastic surgery, especially plastic surgery. I'm for plastic surgery. Some of y'all going overboard with these asses and these thin thighs, but that's a conversation for another day. Felicity Huffman done got so much work done to her face. She look good. I know y'all think, where he going with this? That bitch done got a whole new fucking face transplant done. Do you hear me? Anyways, this is how I look at this. A part of me feels as though the kids are dumb. And then another part of me was like, what the fuck was y'all parents doing? And that's where I got into the conversation with one of my coworkers at work. And on some real shit, the truth of the matter is, Aunt Becky, inmate 572-30-6790, Felicity Huffman, inmate 673-02-0970. Here go a list of some of the other people that were involved. I'm going to tell y'all some of their names. I'm going to put the list in the description box. Gordon Ernest, inmate 763-290-76. Marcy DeLatella, inmate 73097-7776. William McGlashan Jr., inmate 390-20-0001. Mark Riddle, inmate 572-30-0000. Jane Buckingham, Jane Vandermoor, Rudolph, Rudy, Meredith, David Sadayo, Igor Diversky, Martin Fox, William Ferguson. Those are just some of the parents that were involved in this scheme. I don't have anything to back this up. This is just my opinion. But I would assume, I think it's safe to assume that these kids have probably had some of the best education, some of the best tutoring that money can buy. Probably have been in private school since the time they started walking, okay? So the simple fact that you have to still continue to pay $6.5 million for one or two or three of your children to get guaranteed admission into a college says a lot about your fucking fucked up parenting skills, low key. We can sit here and call the kids dumb, but what the fuck were you doing to the point where you have probably had your child in private institutions of education, private tutoring, some of the best tutoring, some of the best teachers, and you still have to pay, slide a check under the table for your goddamn daughter or sons or daughters and sons to get into the school of y'all choice. What the fuck does that say about you as a parent? You fucked up somewhere. Because there's no way that your child should have all of this and it gets to the point where y'all have to scheme, scam, and fraud. Y'all niggas ain't shit. You really ain't shit, low key. We can put some of the fault onto the kids, but the truth of the matter is, it's really these goddamn parents. These ain't shit parents who was probably cheating on their wives, cheating on their husbands, fucking their assistants. You know what I'm saying? Sucking the director's dick down in Hollywood. Hey, I'm Becky with the good hair. I'm just saying. Y'all was probably in your own world, letting these kids run the goddamn street. They probably all in your jacuzzi, fucking a 17-year-old boyfriend, drinking alcohol at your goddamn bar. Now you gotta turn around and write checks to try to make sure they get into a goddamn college that you probably want them to go to. Half of these motherfuckers done already told y'all they didn't want to go to college in the first place. Listen to this shit.
And the whole college thing, yep, I'm going. I'm living in a dorm with a roommate who's so sweet. With work, it's gonna be hard. Like my first week of school, I'm leaving to go to Fiji for work, and then I'll be in New York a bunch this year for work, and traveling to a different country because I'm creating something with this country, and that's for work. So I don't know how much of school I'm gonna attend, but I'm gonna go in and talk to my deans and everyone and hope that I can try and balance it all. But I do want the experience of like game days, partying. I don't really care about school, as you guys.
Y'all see that shit? Y'all see that shit? Like the girl literally told us that she wants to just basically party, fuck niggas, and drink. That's what she pretty much said. Now, look, don't get it twisted. Let me say so. Because, bitch, we'll all be some lies if we didn't say. You know you have to be a privileged white brat to get on the World Wide Web and say what she just said, even if it is true. You know how many of us probably was thinking the same thing that she was thinking? But we damn sure didn't have enough heart to say that shit out loud, because we know we was going to get bopped in our fucking face. You think some Asian kids could have told their parents that? You think some Mexican kids could have told their parents? You think black kids could have told? You think even some white kids could have told their parents, could have got on the web and said some shit like that? Like, yeah, I don't really want to go. I just want to go for the party and then for the, what? That lets you know right there that some of these, now I'm not going to put everybody under the same umbrella, but some of these rich kids, especially these rich kids, live in a completely different world. But who do you have to blame for that? The parents. Because if y'all hoes was doing y'all fucking job, that little bitch wouldn't even have enough nerve to get on the World Wide Web and say some shit like that. I have a quote from Sunny Hostin from The View. Sunny Hostin said, "How mediocre must you be if you have to game a system that disproportionately advantages you anyway?" Do I think that these students, these white kids, because the truth of the matter is, I don't want to make this no white and black thing, but the truth of the matter is, from what I understand, everybody that was in this scandal was white folk. I'm not saying that it ain't no rich black people out there, or no rich Asians, or no rich Hispanics out there that's not doing the same thing. But the truth of the matter is, the motherfuckers ain't got caught yet. Who got caught was 50 white people, 33 parents, some coaches. Okay? Straight up. Sorry, y'all. But what I was saying was, this is what it comes down to. A lot of y'all white people, shout out to the white people who watch my video. Hey, y'all white people, the blacks, the Mexicans, the Asians, whoever. Y'all hoes should be pissed off right now. All y'all hoes who been trying to, y'all... I'm trying not to get worked up. Y'all go home. All the parents out there. Shout out to all the parents, all the grandmamas, the granddaddies, even some of the straight niggas who watch my videos. What's up? Y'all go home and tell y'all kids, make sure you do your homework. Make sure you keep your head in the books. Make sure you get good grades. Make sure make sure you study. No, you can't go outside until you do your lesson. That's what the old school people say. They call it lesson. Whenever you have homework, they call it lesson. What the fuck is a lesson? Anyways, you couldn't go outside after school until you did your homework. No, you can't go play. Do your fucking homework. Then you can go outside for a couple of minutes. Like, y'all tell y'all kids, white, black, Asian, Mexican, all of the above, y'all tell y'all kids to study hard. Make sure you keep your head in the books. Keep your mind off these girls. Keep your mind off these fast-ass boys. Like, And then then you find out that shit like this is happening. Now, like I said, I always kind of thought that the motherfuckers was already paying to get into school anyways. I just thought they did it a different way. Like, you know, what Mr. Vanderpump, he wrote a check for $5 million towards the new football stadium. Or, you know, Mrs. St. John, she wrote a $10 million check to go towards the new business building. And then all of a sudden, that's how they, you know, they sneak their child into school. But no, these bitches is literally just writing out a check. Boom, 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 boom. Here you go. I need my child to get into school. I'm not saying it make it better that, you know, if you donated, you know, $1 million to the new library that they wanted to build on the campus. But I always thought that's kind of how it worked. I didn't know these hoes was pretty much taking out their goddamn checkbook. It was like, okay, who I make the check out to? And you said she could start when? In 2020? Okay, cool. What the fuck? But y'all should be pissed off because y'all make y'all kids do all this hard work as they should. Make us, because I was part of that shit too. No, you're not going outside. No, you need to go do your work. What the fuck is this C from? What? What the fuck is this B from? A B? I thought B's was good. I can't bring home B's. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, students do the hard work, and then you have these mediocre white kids. You have these mediocre white kids. You have these mediocre white kids who think they are better than the next because they got into Yale. But the truth of the matter is the only reason why you got into Yale is because your daddy wrote a check that really bounced. And your mama probably was 2 days away from sucking dick underneath the dean table. If you want to go ahead and just put it on the goddamn table and tell the truth. They go around here with these fucked up attitudes like they better than the next. Oh, you see that poor white trash? Or you see he only got in here because of affirmative action. She only got in here because, well, bitch, you only got in there because your daddy wrote a check that didn't clear. Should they be able to stay in school? Hell no. Hell no. I'm sorry. Listen. Your daddy, your mama wrote a check. It bounced, bitch. Madison St. Hey, Professor, I need to see some of your students, please. Yes. Madison St. John. Yes, I need you to come with me, please. Tommy Vanderpump. Zoe Thomas. Oh, Zoe and Chloe Thomas, yes. Kevin McCall. Gordon Ernest Jr. Jimmy Buckingham. Susie Huffman. Donald Huffman. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I need y'all to get y'all shit and get off campus because y'all are no longer students here. You need to call mommy and daddy and tell them to come pick your ass up because, yeah, they wrote a hot check. It didn't clear. Yeah, I'm sorry. Girl, like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all gotta hear on some fraud shit. Bitch, y'all gotta hear on some fraud shit. And low-key, if you really want to talk about it, I think some of these students knew. Let's just go ahead and be honest. Tell the truth. You're not gonna get me to believe that these students who were mediocre in high school knew that they were mediocre in high school. All of a sudden, you done got your ass into Yale. All of a sudden, you done got your ass into Columbia. Girl, bye. You knew the strings that daddy and mommy was pulling, bitch. Y'all, you 18, but bitch, you ain't dumb. You knew what was going on. Now, I can't put it all on you because at the end of the day, you were still a child. But bitch, you knew what was going on. These parents need to... I'm not trying to preach to nobody, even though y'all know I always do. But y'all need to start listening to these kids. Like, the truth of the matter is, and I don't know how to say this, but everybody not meant to go to Yale. Everybody not meant to go to Harvard. It's okay to go to the University of Houston or to an HBCU. Like if you know your kid, like one of my coworkers was saying, if you know your kid is, you know, this creative, artistic type of person, and they want to be a fashion designer, or they want to do this or that, why do you feel the need to have to send them to Yale? Why they just can't go to FIT? But because you have in your head that they have to go to Yale, now y'all hoes about to go to jail. Pretty much. I remember I had one of my old professors from TSU, Dr. Sammy Robinson. I remember she used to tell us about how she used to teach at a predominantly white school, and how some of those students, like, she would give you a grade. If they didn't like that grade, they would come to her and be like, do you know who my parents are? Do you know who my mother is? Do you know who my father is? Girl, what? White students threatening this black lady, pretty much. You know who my parents are? Bitch, do you know who my parents are? Barbara and Kenny. I got a mom and daddy too, bitch. So what's up? Okay? Do I need to call them? And I got uncles, and I got sisters, and I got brothers. And some of them crazy than a motherfucker. And I got a grandmama that got a gun. So what you want to do? Anyways. I don't think they should be allowed in school. I don't. I think they should go. If I write a hot check and it bounce, they turn my lights off. If you write a hot check and it bounce, your ass can't go to school. You can reapply in 2020, but baby, you gonna go through the same process as everybody else. Everything that you done did up to this point is pretty much gone. Oh, you did 105. Oh, you had 105 credits. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You need to have that conversation with your mama and with your daddy, cause you got in here on some fraud shit. Cause you wasn't supposed to be here in the first goddamn place. If you want to go ahead and put it out there. That little girl, that little white bitch said she needs to travel. She needs to go have a conversation with her dean and with her professors, because girl, just don't go to school. Do you know? I had a professor named Dr. Johnny Williams. She was bald. One of the flyest women I have ever. When I say Dr. Johnny Williams and not fucking play, bitch, baby, she had one of the worst reputations on campus. Me, I've come to realize this, not to get so far off subject, but one thing I have come to realize is that women can do the same exact thing as a man, and the woman is automatically labeled a bitch. She's so fucking mean. When I tell y'all, Dr. Johnny Williams was one of my favorite professors at TSU. Favorite bitch. Favorite. That bitch gave me a C+. Okay, I'm not gonna say she gave me. I earned. That's what I got. I'm having flashbacks, bitch. Ooh. That bitch gave me a C+. Okay, she didn't give me no C+. I earned a C+. That's what I deserve. Okay. Don't it sound like that's what she told me? Because you know I was knocking on that door. Excuse me. Hey, yeah, I would check my grades, and you gave me a C+. No, you gave you a C+. I remember one time, y'all, I had got into it with she had broke us into groups. Baby, I had got into it with one of the boys in my group. Baby, we almost tore that whole computer lap. But I'm not no fighter, y'all, at all. Baby, I remember I was so mad. Sister, tell them, get in the comment section and let them know how I called you at work ready to beat the fuck out that boy at the library. Baby, because he had me fucked up. He had me doing all the goddamn work. He had never came to the library, never helped. Then you want to come in here trying to give out orders? Who the fuck you think you talking to? Baby, once I was about to tear that whole goddamn Jesse H. Jones building up, baby, I was so heated. Bitch, I was heated. Do you hear me? Anyways, Johnny Williams. Johnny Williams didn't play that, baby. That missing class shit. Baby. You going to Johnny Williams class could be a thing of you either fell in the class. I got some on my nose. I have some on my nose. Could be a thing of you. It could be a thing of you fell in the class or passing the class. If you threading that line, if you on that line of a C- or a C+, and bitch, you know you need that C+, because that's one of your major classes. If you come to class all the time, she might bump you up if you a point or two away. But that missing class shit for Dr. Johnny Williams, she didn't play that shit. She thought that was the biggest sign of disrespect. And she really thought she was really, basically fucking your... Like, why would you sign up... Like, her whole thing was, why would you sign up for a class, take out all these goddamn loans, and then your ass don't come to class? What the fuck are you here for if you're not gonna come to class? So that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, these rich white kids got a whole nother... They live in a whole nother world. Anyways, but they get it from their mama, and they get it from their daddy. They do. Ain't shit mamas and ain't shit daddies. Pretty much. Y'all don't spend all this goddamn money for y'all kids to be to have the best education, and y'all still gotta pay for these motherfuckers to go to college. Still gotta pay for guaranteed admission, slide money underneath the table. Girl, y'all should be embarrassed. Y'all should be embarrassed. Ooh, greed, honey. That ain't nothing but greed. Nothing but greed. Even if the students already got their degree from the college, it should be decertified. Is it decertified? What's the word I'm looking for? They should take that whole back. Pretty much. Hey, ring, ring, ring. Yes, can I speak to Joshua Buckingham? Yeah, that degree we sent you a couple of years ago. Yeah, girl, we need her back. Yeah, girl, your mama wrote a check and it bounced. Yeah, y'all was a part of that fraud shit that was going on a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's the conversation. We just need our paper back. That's it. All right, you have a nice life. Girl, done. Anyways, I think that's all I got to say. Felicity Huffman, Aunt Becky, what's the man who used to sell the t-shirts in Target? All y'all hoes. The other ones, all y'all hoes going to jail. Y'all should. Do y'all know how many black mamas out there who have... I was reading... I'm going to put the articles in the description box. This black lady, they sentenced this black lady to 12 years in prison, but she only had to serve 5. She was homeless, y'all. Homeless. And she was trying to make sure her child went to school, so she used the address of one of her friends or something. I'm gonna put the link in the box. Found out, basically, said she was lying, blah, blah, blah. Gave her 12 years, but then told her all she had to serve was 5 years. Another lady, they tried to give her, I think, 15 years or something, but they only made her do 10 days in jail. Like, it's crazy. You have parents out here, white, black, Mexican, Asian, all of the above, mutts, all of them. You got all these parents out here who just want their child to receive a decent education so they're not even sitting here just trying to like scam the system like that. To me, that's not even the same thing. I'm sorry, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing as you basically saying, oh, okay, we're going to give this seat to Joshua Buckingham because his mama wrote us a check for $1.5 million, even though we know Keisha should have been sitting at the seat at Yale. Or Mario should have been sitting right here. Or little Timmy that grew up in the trailer park. He should be sitting. I don't know why I made that white boy be in the trailer park. But, or Ming Lee should have been sitting right here. But no, we're going to get a seat to Joshua Buckingham, even though he fucked up in high school and fucked up in middle school. He ain't got no business being here anyways. But since his mama wrote us his check, we're going to let him go. We're going to let him come in. The fuck? I gotta go because this video is supposed to be 10 minutes and I feel like it's gonna be long as fuck. Bye, y'all.